Guys and girls, it's Noah time! Hey, let's get crack-lacking! It's Noah time! Noah time!
So now, you learn how to do sine law and cos law. I'm going to apply this now. What if I give you, I call this complex triangles. I started this last time, but never finished it. Now, we're going to work with complex triangles. Here is your question. Doot, doot. So I have a triangle that looks like that. And yep. So if you remember this, not a single student got this question right last time. We're going to do this now. We have 2 blocks to work with this. 2 whole blocks. And I had a 90 degree. Right off the bat, if you see a 90 degree, you know this is going to be involving SOHCAHTOA. It has to be used. They would never give you a 90 degree triangle without you not using SOHCAHTOA. So if you see a shape that has 90 degree in it, you bet it's going to be SOHCAHTOA somewhere. If you didn't use it, you did it wrong. So that's the key behind this question. Now, they also give you a few numbers. From here to here was, I'm going to say 3 meters for now. I'm going to change it a bit from last time. This is 26 degrees. This is 40 degrees. And what they're looking for is y. What is the height? Somehow we know we got to use SOHCAHTOA. But SOHCAHTOA only works for this green triangle because there's 90 degree right there. The question is, how am I going to find y? We got to use SOHCAHTOA because y is part of that triangle. Now, to find y, you need to find one more side. I'm going to pause it and let you guys figure this out on your own. I'll give you a few. If you need a hint on this question, Harmon just give you a hint. Harmon says, Mr. No, this is going to be 140. That's correct. That angle is 140. Now, if I want to find y, I have to find either this side or this green bottom side. No, yeah, it could be any of those two, but there's one easy side you can find. You can only find one. Which one? The bottom? Nope. This side. Because this is the side that shares with both triangles. We know, if I look at the blue triangle right now, here's my blue triangle. This is where your eyes got to see it. If I look at my blue triangle, this triangle cannot be used by SOHCAHTOA. So in other words, I have to use either the sine law or the cos law.
So it's 14.
This side?
No, top angle.
Top angle is 14?
Yeah.
This is 14 is correct. Because 180 degrees. Now, a lot of you say, hey, let's find this side right here. Take a minute, find where my hand is. Sine law? Sine law works. If I use the sine law for this one, we'll call this side Z. We'll call it Z. Because that's the side that you actually shares with the 2 triangles. So we're going to go sine 26 over Z. Priscilla equals to what? Sine over 3 is correct. Now, punch in your calculator, find Z. Punch it in, cross multiply, because Z is on the bottom, you can actually cross multiply this. So you have Z sine 14 equals to 3 sine 26. Z equals to 3 sine 26 over sine 14. If I did this correctly, punch in your calculator, 3 sine 26. 3 sine 26. Again, notice I hit enter first. Some of you will try to do it on one shot and you make mistakes. Give me 1 second. And you should have 5.4. We'll use 2 decimal places for now. Harmon, question? Yep, answers. Harmon says y is 3.4. I have no idea yet. Okay. I have no idea. So now, I know what z is. I want you to put 5.4 right here. 5.44. Hey, now I can use simple SOHCAHTOA. And this is where the sub kicked in. Craig, sine, cos, or tan for this one? Sine. So I go sine 40. Now, if you're lost with SOHCAHTOA, make sure you ask, because this is key. Y over 5.44. See? Punch in my calculator. Sine 40 times 5.44. Exactly what I've been working with you. Nothing new. And your answer is actually 3.5. So everyone, so was it that hard after all? No. Did you do? Hi. Hi. Did you go 3 sine 26? Divided by sine 14? 26 over sine 14.
What if you round it out wrong?
Let's hope you don't run. 2.3? Something's wrong. Make sure you're in degree mode, by the way. Sorry, what's going on, Suki? I can't comment on how many questions like that. Try this one. This is going to be your supernode question. Any questions on this? Before we start our supernode question for today. Good luck. It is based on that concept. Let's see which row can solve it. And I want you to text me your answer. We are going to display it. And we're going to see which row is right. I'm going to give you lots of time for this question. Doot, doot, doot. Oh my god, somebody say, hey, Mr. This looks easy. We did this. 70. So all this is actually 1 point. Now you got to be careful about it. Hey, look at that. I'm giving you 90 degrees. So right off the bat, so you have to use SOHCAHTOA. If you did not use SOHCAHTOA, I guarantee you did it wrong. Okay, that's the key. So this is going to be a bit tricky. This little angle right here, up to there only, that's 18 degrees. That little angle. This little from here, all the way to here, that big angle, that's going to be 35 degrees. I want you to find x. X is from here to here only. So x is this yellow line right there. That is all the information you're given. Your hint is there's SOHCAHTOA involved. Hi. Now, I look at this, and a lot of you have 70. The problem is I need x. To get x, one of the key sides you have to get is this one. That's one of the key sides, no matter what happens. But the issue with this is there's not enough angles. But there's a way to find it. Let's start with this red angle right here. Okay. Find that red angle right there. What is it? 17 is correct. So I know one of my angles already. That's 17 degrees. Because 35 is from here to here. 18 is here. So the last piece has to be 17. Now, if this is 35, let's find another angle. Let's find this blue angle in here. Evan, what do you have for this blue angle? Sorry? 55? How do you get 55? 90? Yep. No, close. 90 minus 35 is correct. Because from here to here is 35, so we know this is 55. Again, I try to label as much as I can because I may need it later. Because 180 is a straight line. This is 90 degrees right here. That's 90 degrees. Oh, like perfectly. So therefore, this last little piece you can find right here easily. Okay, take a minute, go find the last little piece. 55 minus 90 minus, so I believe that's 35?
Yeah.
Mr.
Hi.
Noah, how come we didn't need to use SOHCAHTOA on this one?
Oh, I'm not done yet. So now, I have 17. Would you agree that you can then find this piece also? Go ahead and find this piece for me, please. 180 minus 35 gives you 145. Agree? Again, I just playing the game of filling in the triangle slowly. So now, I have that piece. I want you to find that piece right there using SOHCAHTOA.
What if we
That my hand, see my hands flashing, waving at you? Blink, blink, blink.
What if we use Sin Law?
Use sign law? Ooh, no. No, no,
That
no.
worked.
For this one?
Yeah.
Use SOHCAHTOA for this one. I'm going to use, let's say, sine 35 equals to 70. We'll call this Z. So I'm going to label this size Z. Again, if you're lost, please ask, because this is important. So now we go sine 70. Oh, sorry, not sine. I mean 70 divided by sine 35. Z is 122.04.
I got the same thing with
You're almost done, but not done yet. Yep. So we know that's 122.04. But the issue is not finding Z, it's finding X. So now, guys and gals, we have this angle, we have this angle, you have this side. You can probably get this side. So what law are you going to use? You can use sine law. So you go sine 17 over X equals to, be careful about this one, 122.04. What is it up here? It'll be sine.
18.
Is it 18? 18, because you're going to use this angle, and this angle is 18. See what I did? If you're lost, make sure you ask, because I'm just analyzing this nice and slow. And take a minute, solve for X, and if you did this correctly, you should have X equals to 1, 1, 5. So this is where I'm going to explain to you where all the marks come from on an exam. I'll give you 1 mark. If you can find Z, just that easy, 1 mark. I'll give you another mark if you label these angles correct. I'll give you another mark if you can find, and use 2 more marks if you can find the X. And I'll figure out where the last marks come from. So if you are lost on this, again, come after school today. I don't have anyone coming after school because I'm not into this library. You guys are my priority today.
Are you going to do the video thing?
Yeah, I'm going to upload it on the thing later. So the last part is how. Hi. Oh yeah, that may help. To draw your own diagram. See, this is easy when I give you a diagram, but now, what if I asked you to draw your own? It's loading slowly. How come it's not turning on? There we go. Your own diagram. And some of this drawing is not that bad. It's your ability to decode the pictures, decode words into pictures. Is the previous stuff hard? No, not really. So is it that hard? No, not really. It's kind of fun. Drawing diagrams is kind of fun. You just look at it and see how you're going to do this. So how to draw your own diagrams. Okay. I'm going to give you a question. And we're going to see who can create a diagram and solve it. Good luck with this question. It says this. A player, not a player, but a hockey player, on the blue line shoots a puck. Shoots. What's so funny? Shoots a puck, yeah. What's so funny? Towards the 1.83 meter wide net. So this player, he shoots a puck towards a 1.83 meter wide net. He is 20 meters away from one post, one goal post, and 21 meters away from the other post. Within what angle must he shoot the puck? He shoot the puck to score. Yep, I'm recording. So the key, if you look at this, there's no diagrams. Before I give you a triangle and all the lovely stuff, and you just solve using basic sine, cos, and whatever law. But now, what if I give you nothing but word problems, where you come up with your own picture and your own diagram? This is the level where all grade 11s must be able to. On your district final exam, I believe there's one question where you create your own equation, your own diagram based on a word problem. So I'm gonna pause. Let's do this slowly. So right off the bat, I have a goal post. So let's call this hockey puck goal post right here. This is 1.83. 1.83. Oh, pretty. Stay outside for a second. I'll talk to you in a second. So right up the bat, there's this hockey player. He's somewhere. Doesn't matter where he is. I don't know where he is. He could be there. It could be somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Now, it says he's 20 meters away from one. And he's 21 meters away from the other. Now, a lot of you ask me, Snow, how do you know which one's 20 and which one's 21? It doesn't matter which one's 20 and which one's 21. Label 120, 121. Okay? Now, the next thing they say is what's the angle that you have to shoot at in order to score in the hockey goal? Well, the angle is going to be this angle right there. Okay? So right off the bat, I have to know to use the right, sorry? Potato. As long as you have this number. Okay? Next thing. Ashley D. Sin law or cos law? Cos law. And again, the key is whatever angle you're using, you have to use opposite side. Do not say, Mr. No, 21 is bigger, so it goes first. That's the biggest mistake a lot of people make. They say 21 is bigger, so it goes first. It doesn't work like that. And again, do not ask me for the formula, really, because I don't really know the formula. I just know how it works. 1.83 squared equals to, see, I don't think it as an a squared equals to b squared plus c squared. It flows very naturally if you did it right. 21 squared minus 2 times 20 times 21 cos theta. Take a minute. I want you to find theta right now. I'm going to pause it again. If I did this correctly, you should have theta equals to 4.3 degrees. Roughly 4.3, 4.2 around there. Something's wrong. 4.3. That is how I turn word problems into shapes and into finally solve it. Yeah, it's pretty easy. This is your last question. Try this one. This is... Alright, Priscilla, step outside for a second. Go. Priscilla, move. Move. Yes, go. Outside, go. This is as hard as it gets, and you're guaranteed one of these questions, so I advise you to learn this. It says this, 2 ships leave port at 4 p.m. Okay. One ship is traveling at 20 kilometers per hour. The other ship is 15 kilometers per hour. Port. So 2 ships leave port at 4 p.m. One ship is traveling at 20 kilometers per hour. The other ship is 15 kilometers per hour. The angle between the 2 ships at 4 p.m. Sorry, the 2 ships when they left. Give me 1 second. Says the other ship is, the angle between the 2 ships when they left is 36 degrees. So when the 2 ships left, that's where the angle is, that's where they were heading. Here is your question. How far are they from each other? Are they from each other at 8 p.m. I am going to give anybody 1 card to the first person to solve this correctly. 5 on your exam. This is a huge question. I advise you to learn this because on your exam, this is huge. It tests you on a lot of skills. First person to get this gets 1 card during this time. There are 2 issues. Number 1, the first issue is there's a time component. Some of you, actually 5 or 6 of you got this question correct. So let's do this right now. 4 p.m. I have 2 ships. 1 left this way. 1. Whoa. I don't know how that. Uh-oh. There we go. 2 ships. 1 left this way. 1 left that way. Very simple. Yeah, potato. So right off the bat, this, my thing is kind of acting weird today, is 36 degrees. Now, here's where some of you made mistakes. Some of you put 20. Some of you put 15 here. That's where you went wrong. See, the issue is, I'm talking about distance. I left at 8 p.m. This is not 20. It's 20 kilometers per hour. But in reality, I'm talking about distance. So how far did you travel if you went 20 kilometers per hour for 4 hours? So this is actually 80 kilometers. Okay. So this is 15 kilometers per hour. Agree? 15 kilometers per hour. But I'm not looking for kilometers per hour. I'm looking for how far. So this is a distance question. So in reality, this is going to be 60 kilometers. Oh, no, not 8 hours. 4 hours. Because from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And this is the actual formula that shipping captains use. If you... Come on. My line's not going anywhere. There we go. So what they're really looking for is X. That's what they're looking for, X. And right off the bat, you should be able to figure out what formula you're going to use, and so on from there. I know, it's kind of scary. So I would use X squared equals to 80 squared plus 60 squared minus 280 60 cos 36. Whoa. My thing is acting up today. My little laptop has a virus. You would know because has it happened to your computer?
Yeah. Like 4 times.
Happened to you 4 times a day, you said?
No.
That's why you were late today. Understandable, Evan. Understandable. What? I don't know what's the website he's talking about. Now, I'm talking about math sites. What are you talking about? Math sites. That's the only sites I visit. It's called Crunch Your Numbers. X equals to, again, I'm not going to go through the whole detail steps, but most of you got it. You should have 47 point, Craig, was it? 0.3? 26.3.
How do you get that?
Using just pure math from there.
Yeah, that's what I did, but I don't get it.
I'm going to check again in a second. That is, come on, my pen. The finale. So this stuff, really, is it that much harder than basic stuff? No. Only thing I ask you is, can you create a triangle from words? Question, Evan.
Last year you gave us like questions like these, but you mentioned like the converting the time thing.
No, that's before. That's for when you're talking about minutes and hours. For now, I won't keep it as hours. Last year, you did because I was referring to minutes and everything.
Do we have to worry about it?
No, you don't have to. That, again, on your exam is going to be worth, I'll give you 1 mark if your diagram's correct. 1 mark if you figure out that this is actually 80 and this is actually 60. And then a few more marks if you figure out you're using the Cos Law. So that is where your marks are coming from on your exam. And that wraps up everything. So you're going to spend the whole entire class, which is 50 minutes, 50, to practice this. And if you say, Miss No, we don't have enough time, well, you're just wasting your own time.
Can we go outside now?
Oh, whoa, no. Hi. So your work, page. If you're not doing any work, I'm going to put your name on my board, and I will keep you back after school. Simple as that. Oh, I will call your basketball coach and cancel it for you.
Wait, what?
Yes, how much power?
It's a candlestick in me.
I will call because, number 1, the school's policy is this. If you're failing, you should not be playing sports. That's school's policy. That's every school's policy. If you're getting a C minus, I can actually call your coach up and get you pulled out of the program right off the bat. Yeah, I can actually do that. So when you give me that basketball excuse, please, I will rip that excuse in half. Page 107. Number. Sorry, not 107. I'm going to start in this order because it's better you do in this order. Sorry, this is 109, not 107. Number 12. 13. You're going to do this in exact order because you won't be able to do it in any other order. 10. You're going to see, if you start with number 10, you're going to be so lost. Number 11. These are all word problems and application. If you can do this, you should be fine for the exam. 18.
Why did you go backwards now?
Because if you start with number 10, you're going to say, Miss, it's so hard, I can't do it. You're going to start with the easier questions first and then build your way up. And number 12 is easier than 10. You're going to do page. $120. Numero. 10. Again, follow this order, please, because if you don't, you're going to start asking questions as soon as it's so hard. Number 11. And 15. And that's, sorry, one more 20, and that's it. If you can do this, you should be fine for your exam. Tomorrow, I'm going to repeat, is another review day. So you have one more review day tomorrow. Thursday, is your test. So please do not say, "No, I'm not ready for test on Thursday." You have today, tomorrow. Hi. Oh, we didn't learn anything new. Okay, cracking. Andale. This is just a review of sine and cosine law.